Hari Om to all the Atmajyotis, divine light of the self. Welcome to one more day of Manana on the Bhagavad Gita with Dharma Kshetra Gita Study Circle. So we are in chapter 2, which is Sankhya Yoga, and we were discussing the state of mind of Arjuna. When he says, he puts down his arms and says, I don't want to fight. But first start with the prayer. ॐ नारायणसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Okay. So, Karpanya dosha, let us see what all points we had discussed last time. If people can remember, please do that. Yeah. So, yes, Indra is here. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudachetaha yathreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhi mam tvam prapannam. So, what is number one question? What is Karpanya dosha? Do we remember what is Karpanya? Anyone? Shweta, Bija, can you remember what we discussed about Karpanya?
Not Purna.
Yeah, please say.
Not recollecting Purna.
Okay. Yes, Suma?
I don't know. Is it Karpanya Karpanya dosha? Is it like the dosha from the past or something? Or
No.
like due to actions?
No. Who is a Kripana? Okay, we know this word.
Oh, okay. Is that Krupacharya something, right? No, not that also.
No. Indra wants to clarify. Yes, Indra.
Okay.
Indra, you wanted to clarify that?
No, Purnimaji, I don't.
Okay. See, Karpanya means miserliness, isn't it? Kripana is someone who is a miser.
Okay.
Yeah, miser. See, in the translation, you see that my heart is overpowered by the taint of pity. Here in this shloka, Karpanya means I'm in a very pitiful, piteous condition.
Oh, okay.
I have this dosha and it's a dosha. It is not a happy thing. Miserliness anyway is not a happy thing. And so here see who is a miser? A miser is one who hoards everything. No? He doesn't like to share. That means his heart has shrunk. His heart has shrunk. So he is a krupana, the one who cannot open his heart. So here Arjuna is unable to open his heart. And when does the heart shrink? It shrinks when I'm in misery. When I'm not happy, the heart is very it is shrunk, isn't it? I'm not happy.
Yes.
It is not in full bloom. So here Arjuna is saying, I have this dosha. Now see, after all the logic, masterful logic that he has given Krishna, why he doesn't want to fight, yet Arjuna knows in his heart of hearts that something is not gelling, whatever I'm saying, it is not quite right. He is not convinced that he himself is right. How is that? That's a great insight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever we are doing something against our natural dharma, we'll feel guilty, isn't it? Maybe we tell a white lie, maybe somewhere, maybe we park wrongly. That guilt will always be there. Or we do something without telling the closest ones who are supposed to know about it. We feel a little guilty. So that is the conscience speaking. isn't it? Krishna won't keep quiet. He will poke us with guilt feeling.
Mm.
So Arjuna is also being poked with his guilt feeling over here. He knows that all the logic that he has given so far, I'm not going to fight, they are my this. He knows something is not gelling. So he's admitting in the shloka. Huh? So he's admitting in this shloka, that, he is not quite I don't know what to do. Now he's given up. He had given up bow and arrow previously. Now he is giving himself. Hmm? Pruchhami tvam dharma sammuda chetaha. Dharma sammuda chetaha. I don't know what is dharma. I don't know what is good for me. So I'm asking you. Pruchhami tvam. I'm asking you. What is dharma? And the turning point of the Gita is this. Shadhi mam shishyaste aham. I'm your disciple. No, that is the thing. He is admitting, and now he is falling at Krishna's feet and saying, I'm your disciple. Now you guide me. So far, what was he to Krishna? What was their relationship so far? They were just, he revered and respected him, of course, definitely. But he was more of a friend, Sakha.
Mm.
So, they were slapping on each other's back like buddies and going about their business, having fun also. They knew they were there for each other, but, it was not a serious, this kind of relationship. Now, Arjuna has come to that level where he says, I'm falling at your feet. I'm your Shishya. Now you guide me. Shadhi Mam, please guide me. Hmm? I have taken prapannam. I have taken refuge at your feet. So now this is the turning point of the Gita. So this is one huge learning for all of us. Unless we ask for help, it's difficult. It's hard to come. It will take its own time. So the moment I surrender fully and ask the help of the higher authority or God, help will come. Definitely it will come. So this was what it is. And then what were the key points? Who is a good Shishya? What is this? What is the meaning of surrender? Is what we discussed last week. What does it take to surrender? What does it take to surrender? Complete hopelessness in our lives. Isn't it? Complete hopelessness. When I cannot see any other ray of light, when I have done everything that I can do, then I still cannot reconcile to the situation, then I surrender. That is when God will, or universe, or circumstances will fall in place and we get the answers. So surrender means it should be like that, especially in front of the Guru. Complete surrender. Whatever the Guru says is the last word. How do we surrender in front of the Guru? Means whatever teachings the Guru gives, I take it as the absolute truth. That is called Aptavakya. See, here Arjuna is saying, I surrender, you tell me what should I do. But Krishna has already told him, get up and fight. Isn't it? Already he has said. That should have been enough. But our Arjuna is not taking Guru's Vakya at face value. He wants to know more, which is good for us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the whole methodology of how to go about it. So Arjuna's dilemma we should understand. Isn't it? He is saying, look, okay, you will tell me to fight, but I don't know how to go about it. That is in the next shloka. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyad yachhokamuchcheyoshadamindriyanam avapya bhumavasa patnamudram. Okay, I'm not too familiar with these slokas. Rajyam suranamapi chadhipatyam. I do not see what it would remove this sorrow that burns up my senses, even if I should attain prosperity and unrivaled dominion on earth or even lordship over gods. See, this is a typical conflict of mind. It just sways. Once it says, okay, I surrender. Now again he is coming back to his own logic. What is the point of fighting? All this is burning up my senses. Huh? Even if I attain prosperity and even if I become the king of earth, the lordship over the gods, how does it matter? I'm killing all these people. So that is Arjuna's dilemma, isn't it? That is the typical conflict of the mind, how it goes on playing tricks. He's asking for advice, yes, yet he is again going back to his logic. This is classic dvandva. The manas is called as samshayatmaka manas. The buddhi, the manas, the mind at the surface level is always swaying between two options. It cannot make a choice. Who makes the choice? The mind cannot make a choice. It always has doubt. Which is that faculty in me which makes the choice?
Intellect.
Yes, the buddhi. So, manas is samshayatmaka and buddhi is sankalpatmaka. It will take the sankalpa. Okay, finally when I take the decision, okay, I will do this and not that. That means it is the buddhi, which is the intellect, which is kicking in. See here, what one critical thing that we can notice in this shloka. It is not, the secular knowledge is not enough. Is it enough, people? Secular knowledge. We have a lot of secular knowledge. We are experts in our own fields. Whatever profession we have taken up, we have a lot of knowledge. And in our workplace and at household chores, we have a lot of knowledge. But all that, will it come to my rescue when I need it? Will this knowledge come to my rescue? That is the question. It will not. It takes something more. And Arjuna was trained in, so many. He was an amazing personality. He was a well-rounded personality. He had all sorts of vidyas, especially the princely royal class. They should have Allah. They should have 64 vidyas. They will learn. So despite all that, at the time of crisis, he fell short. So there's one and only one knowledge which is going to lift me up from my depression, and that is Atmavidya. Isn't it? So there's a very beautiful story of Narada Muni in the Chandogya Upanishad. Prabhuji is right now, giving upanyasa on the Chandogya Upanishad. In that one particular section, this Narada, we assume that Narada was born enlightened. He is a Manasa Putra of Brahmaji, as we know. But he was not enlightened. See, that is the key thing here. In any other realm, one cannot be born enlightened. One has to go to the Guru, get the Jnana, and then only have this Jivan Mukti. So this Narada Muni went to Sanat Kumara, the brothers, Sanat Kumara, that four, again, they are also Manasa Putras of Brahmaji, isn't it? Those guys were born enlightened. Why? Because when Brahmaji first started creating, he was complete sattva. He was full of sattva. We know that metaphor of Brahmaji rising from the Nabhi of Narayana, who is in Yoga Nidra, and then Brahmaji is there. And the first question when Brahmaji is born and he opens his eyes is, who am I? That is the primordial question that all of us should ask. Then he doesn't know. He's just appeared out of, this great space. And then Narayana tells him, look, I have created you so that you can create on behalf of me this entire universe. And so Brahmaji was full sattva. He's like a just born baby, very innocent. So when he creates first, it is the Sanat Kumaras, the four Vatus who are born, and they are fully enlightened, full bloom. Just like Brahmaji. When Brahmaji opens his eyes and sees Narayana and says, "Who am I?" He is enlightened. He had nothing, no other thought in his mind. So his creation was also that four Vatus were enlightened. Later, Narayana and Brahmaji figure out that no, this won't do. This is not entertaining enough. And then the other elements are added, Rajas and Tamas, and the various combinations of living beings are born. So, just this was to say that Narada, the Manasaputra, he was not enlightened. So, he goes to Sanat Kumara, who is again his elder brother, so as to say. And Sanat Kumara and asked Narada, "What all have you learned? Huh? You are known as a great Rishi. What are the Vidyas that you know?" And so Narada, he lists out some 15 Vidyas, exotic Vidyas that he has mastered. And yet, Narada says, yet I don't feel complete. I don't feel complete. My sense of incompleteness I cannot alleviate. So I have come to you, Guru. Mental agitation will not go away with any amount of worldly knowledge and worldly success, is the point over here. This agitation of Arjuna, when I apply to me, it says, okay, you might be highly qualified in whatever you are, but until you have this knowledge, your thing will not go away. And then so Sanat Kumara gives Narada the knowledge of the teaching of Bhuma. Bhuma means vastness. So Brahman has many names. In the scriptures, many names are used. In this particular Chandogya Upanishad, Brahman is called as Bhuma. Bhuma means the vast. Okay. And Yovai Bhuma Tat Sukham. Only that which is vast gives me Sukha. The vastness gives me Sukha, not Karpanya. Miserliness, my heart shrinks. Bhuma means when I'm expanded. When I expand, the whole of creation is included in me. That is Sukha. That is Sukha, is what the meaning, the teaching of Chandogya Upanishad. Yo vai bhuma tat sukham na alpe sukham asti. Alpa, whatever which is small, it doesn't give Sukha. See, it is so beautiful. Why are we always seeking for more? In my own life, I want more. I want a better house. I want a better gadi. I want a better products. I want to buy only organic vegetables. Whatever I see, I will never go for the lower. I always go for the higher. Why? Because my nature is bhuma. I am vast. I am unlimited. I don't want to be limited by little things. But is that the way to go? It is fine to acquire things in the world to a certain extent, but bottom line, that's not enough. I want something more. Come to Guru. That's all. Then only with Atma Vidya, I'll go back to my nature. That is the teaching. Okay. Any points? Any points people want to share here, please? As usual, I am talking all by myself. Okay. The next shloka, anyone wants to chant? Sanjaya Uvacha. Anyone who is free to chant can chant. Sanjaya Uvacha. Evamuktva Rushikesham Gudakeshah Parantapa Nayotsya iti Govindam Uktva Tushnim Babhuvaha. So Sanjaya said, having spoken thus to Rishikesha, evam uktva, having spoken thus, Gudakesha. Who is this Gudakesha? Arjuna. Arjuna is also called the Gudakesha. And then Parantapa. Sanjaya using all these adjectives to speak about Arjuna. Gudakesha means the one who has conquered sleep. And Parantapa means who's the destroyer of foes, enemies. And so what did this Gudakesha slash Parantapa tell Rishikesha, which is Krishna? He said, Nayotsyam, I am not going to fight. Tushnim Bhabuva. And he became silent. See, all these names that are being appropriately used, very, very interesting. Gudakesha, the conqueror of sleep. I think I shared in one of the earlier classes why this Arjuna was called as Gudakesha. Does anyone remember why he was why did he get that name Gudakesha? Very interesting. See, why these names are being used is to stress such a Arjuna has surrendered. Such a strong fellow, such a wonderful, sadhaka like Arjuna is confused. So Gudakesha is when Arjuna once at his house in this palace or maybe in the forest, they were having dinner, and whatever the fire they had put, there was rains and the fire went, and it was pitch dark. Yet the Kunti and the Pandavas, they continued to eat, or maybe earlier in his life when he was a small child or whatever. So then Arjuna thinks, if I can eat when there is no light, then I should be able to wield my bow and arrow also when there is no light. What stops me from, why do I need light to hit a target? The other senses are working perfectly well. So he starts practicing through the night. Archery he practices through the night. That is why. And then he masters the art. He doesn't, just with the sound of sense, sound of hearing, he can find the target. So he is called as Gudakesha. He has conquered sleep. And of course, Parantapa, the destroyer of force. Rishikesha. Rishikesha is what? Is the name for Krishna. Rishikesha means he is the master of the senses. He is not only master of the senses, it is because of him that the senses function. Isn't it? He is the one behind all my senses. The one who is watching through me, the one who is listening through me, the one who is speaking through me, the one who is speaking through a Rakshasa is also Rishikesha only. Why? Because the filter, each instrument, body-mind instrument has got a filter of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So according to that filter, Rishikesha is being heard. Isn't it? So he is Rishikesha. Govinda. Govinda is, of course, he is the Vinda means the one who knows. Go means the Vedas. He doesn't, Krishna is not just the knower of the Vedas, he is the Vedas. So here we have the perfect confused Jiva, and here we have the Supreme God himself. And what follows is the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Then we go to 2.10. Yes, inviting people to chant it. Anyone, even Suma, I know you have chanted, yet you can chant it for our sake.
Yeah.
मैं पूर्णिमा जी
Yes, of course, please.
तमुवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः.
Very beautiful, Purnima. Suma also. Anyone, all of us can chant. Yes.
Yeah, I can chant. तमुवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः.
Anyone else? So, tam uvacha Rishikeshaha. Rishikeshaha spoke this word to Bharata. Oh, Bharata. Now, this is Sanjaya is still talking. No. So here, Bharata means Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya is addressing Dhritarashtra and he is saying, so after saying this, Rishikesha, the lord of the senses, he is addressing Senayor Ubharo. Now again we are reminded of the context. So Krishna and Arjuna are standing between the two armies where Arjuna is utter confusion and misery. So Sanjaya is just recalling the context. To him who was despondent in the midst of the two armies, Rishikesha, what did he do? Krishna, prahasanniva. So when somebody is pouring out their grief in front of me, what will I do? Oh, please, don't worry. All will be there. All will be there. Even I will, fall into that mood. I'll also feel very sad. Cha, 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 cha. This should not have happened to you. Oh, is that so? I'm so sorry for you. That is how ordinary humans like us, that is how we respond. But here we have Krishna. What is he doing? And it is such a conflict. You can see the misery on Arjuna's face, and he is in so much pain. Yet, what is God doing? He is smiling, as if smiling, which means he is not at all disturbed. Why will God be disturbed, isn't it? He has a solution for everything. Why does he have a solution for everything? Come on, somebody should pitch in. Why is God smiling? Why does God smile? Is he smiling at my difficulties? Or is he smiling at my foolishness? What is he smiling at? He knows, right? That everything is, first and foremost, he knows it's a game, that he himself is the director behind the whole drama, isn't it? So imagine I'm the director of a play. Like tomorrow we have a skit, and somebody forget their lines, or there is one character who is it's a very sad character. So when that fellow is acting on stage, will I feel sad? No, I won't feel sad. I know he will come back. He'll remove his dress, and then we'll all go and have a coffee together. That is why God smiles. That's why God smiles. So this Tyagaraja, the great poet saint Tyagaraja, he has in one of his songs, I'm not sure, some singers have to come back about this, which one it is. He says Rama, he's a bhakta of Rama. So he says, I offer you flower, you take it smiling. I offer you puja, I offer you fruits, and you're smiling. I offer you my difficulties, and you are still smiling. So that is God. Why? God is like that. God knows. So here, God is the, whatever I say in front of God, God is not going to get disturbed. But at my level, He will show some solution. So our God is smiling, as if smiling. Prahasan iva. Prahasan means smile, iva, like as if He is smiling. So some masters, interpreters, they say, oh, he was mocking Arjuna. Never. God will never mock the bhakta at any point of ತುಳಸಿ ದಳಮುಲಜೆ ಸಂತೋಷಮುಗ ಪೂಜಿಂತು. Yes, our Rahul has given which is that song in which our Tyagaraja is singing, Tulasi Dalamula Pujit. So when I do give you Tulsi Dara, you are smiling. For everything you smile. My troubles also you smile. That is why, that because God is smiling, when I pour out my struggles, they disappear into His smile. That is why I should find in front of God and not in anybody else, in front of anyone else. Anyone else will just, either they will boost your ego, or they'll give a temporary solution, or they will also start crying along with you. All of this is very, very, very valid. Okay, it's perfectly all right. But the best solution will come from God Himself. All right. So here, Prahasan iva means he is not mocking Arjuna. When God smiles, it's a blessing, isn't it? Blessings are flowing continuously from God. That's what it means. God is smiling at me. Whenever I see a picture of God, I don't see any God who is, even the depiction of God, we don't see, it is not an angry God. He's always smiling. Even Narasimha Avatara he took, he was very angry. Then he sat down calmly when Prahalada asked him to settle down, isn't it? So God will never mock. We should not be under that impression at all. God will not mock. He is always there to help. Okay. And now here we start the Gita is starting from here. And very interestingly, Shankara, Adi Shankaracharya, has started his commentary on the Gita only from this shloka 2.11. Why? All the things which came before this is just background, nothing more. Everything is, the stage is set for this particular moment in the history. It's in our evolution, this is the moment when Bhagavan actually starts telling us to chill. Don't take everything to heart, is what Krishna is telling right now. Yes, people, please chant this. It's a very, very important and beautiful shloka. All of us have to chant. Whoever is able to unmute can chant this.
Yeah.
Yes, Heli.
श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासूनगतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः.
Very nice. Yes. Yes, Suma.
श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः.
श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः.
Yes, beautiful Akshat. Who else wants to chant? Indra?
श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः.
Yeah, Kamala, Indra, not able to unmute. Jayashree, Anu. Yes, Jayashree.
श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोषन्ति पण्डिताः.
Very nice. Okay.
श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः.
Okay. Right. So, Akshat, do you want to explain this shloka? What have you learned from this shloka? Is Akshat part of any Bhagavad Gita circle?
Yes, ji, I am learning with Vijay ji.
Then you must have learned this shloka, no? Do you remember what you learned in this shloka? What is Bhagavan telling?
Ji.
So what did Bhagavan tell Krishna, Arjuna? Let me just read the translation and then you think what is the meaning. So Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, Bhagavan Uvacha, Ashocyan Anya Shochastvam. You are grieving for those that should not be grieved for. You are feeling sorry for ones who don't deserve any sorrow from your side. Okay. Yet, you speak words of wisdom. Pandita, you're speaking like a pandita. No, panditas, they don't grieve for those who don't deserve any grief. The wise grieve neither for the living nor for the dead. The wise people, the jnanis, always like God in that photograph, they always keep smiling, whether one is alive or one is dead. When a person in front of him is a thief, or he is a jnani, or he is an animal, or he is a person, whatever, whoever is standing in front of him, God will only, he will not grieve. He'll just be smiling. So what do we understand, Akshar? Do you recall what was said for this shloka? Or anyone else can share?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Um, Arjuna was like feeling sorry for his sorry for the Kauravas, even though they did not do good things.
Correct. Correct.
And Krishna is saying that you are not supposed to.
Don't grieve for them. That's what Krishna is telling them. Not grieve for neither for them, not for anyone. Don't worry about your soldiers also. Array, they are in my side, poor things, they will die in this battle. Don't do it. Neither for dharma, dharmic people, not for adharmis. Dharmis, not for adharmis. Don't grieve for anyone. Who is that anyone here? God is saying the wise people, means the jnanis, neither for the living, entire living beings on earth. Don't worry about them. And don't worry about the dead people also. Bottom line is don't worry. That's the bottom line, isn't it? Don't worry. That is the mantra God has given us, which we should always remember. Ashocyan anya shoshatvam. You are grieving for those who don't deserve it, which means everyone. It is not just Duryodhana because he's an evil man. Don't let him go. It's good riddance, bad rubbish. No, it's not about that. It's not about temporary quick solutions. Some murderer has been arrested and put behind bars. Good. Don't grieve for him. No, it's not like that. For everyone on earth, each and every living being, sentient, non-sentient, don't worry about what is going on earth. Don't worry about it. Why? That is why I should not worry. The next verses will tell us that. And you are less talking like a prajnavan. Huh? Yet you are talking big words. Arey, what will happen if I kill Bhishma, Drona? You are crying like prajnavan will not talk like this. You appear to be talking very logically, but you are a fool. Pragnavadanscha bhashase. You're trying to fool me with your wisdom, with all these excuses that you're giving me. See, Krishna is not telling Arjuna, he's telling us. Whenever we give excuses, citing outer conditions for our grief, this scolding is coming from Arjuna to me, from God to me. What are you crying about? What about your troubles? They are nothing. You're not supposed to cry either for yourself or for anyone else. Then what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do if I'm not supposed to cry? People, what does Bhagwan want us to do all the time? There must be something else I must be doing, no? If I am not supposed to cry. So Ramana Maharshi used to tell all his disciples, I believe, whenever they would read the newspaper in front of Ramana and say, something has happened in this country, something has happened in this city, something happened on that street. Means See, headlines of all the newspapers are bad news only. Open today's newspaper and see. Everything is depressing. And yet we go on opening the newspaper and reading these things first thing in the morning. Whereas we should be in satsang listening to Gita, isn't it? We do that each and every day. Listen to bad news and become shoka. We are full of shoka every day. So Ramana, when his devotees used to tell him, pray for them, pray for them. Let the loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Yes, I should pray. But Ramana, to his direct disciples, he would give a direct teaching. Vanda veleya paru. Just see what work you have come for and go. Don't worry about anything else. What is my Vanda Vele? What is the work I have come for here? To get Atmajnana, to get liberated, to get Jivan Mukti, to surrender to the Guru and do all the sadhanas that the Guru has prescribed. That is my Vele. Vanda Vele Ada. That's what Ramana used to tell directly to the disciples. It sounds very selfish. Arey, you are not bothered about the world. You are not helping people in distress. So for that, Ramana's answer was, first know yourself, who you are. Only then you will be able to help. Without knowing who am I, if I start helping the world definitely some temporary fix will be there. I will plant some trees, I will feed some animals. Good, great, fantastic. But what will that do to me? More and more punya I will get, definitely. And what will happen with that punya? I'll get a better life. But this present life, side by side, it's a double engine. Has to go. What is a double engine? Atmano mokshartam jagadhitaya. Both have to go side by side. Without Atmano mokshartam as the goal, if I go into Jagadhita, I'll get on the face of it, it might look like I'm getting punya, but I'm getting into more and more trouble because punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. I'll come here again to enjoy more and more punya. In the process, more karma. In the process, more karma phala. So, Ramana said very beautifully, Vanda Veleya Para. When you're in front of the Guru, when you're listening to the Gita, and here Arjuna is standing in front of Krishna himself. And when you're asking me, you just do as I say, is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. So a little more about this very, very important, fantastic shloka. He says, so Shankara Bhashya, as I said, starts from this particular shloka. And this shloka gives the purpose of life itself. Entire teaching of the Gita is in this shloka. So what was Arjuna's problem? Shankara Bhashya, Shankaracharya has summarized Arjuna's problem in just 2 phrases. Arjuna's means all our problems summarized in just 2 phrases. Mama esham, mama ete. Means mama kara, I am theirs, mama esham, mama ete. I am theirs and they are mine. Actually, Papa is a very good family member, He includes everyone in his family. But in a very, very individualistic manner. All these people are mine. How can I kill them? And I am theirs. Mama esham, mama ete is the phrase that Shankaracharya Guru uses to describe our condition for everything. How can I do this? For children to scold, for scolding children also we feel, ayyo, how to tell the child, especially when the child has grown. When the child is small, we'll box the ears and give them two and give them some buddhi. But when they grow up, it's very difficult to, give them a piece of our mind. It's very difficult. So this everyone is mine, I am theirs among family. This is a very, very erroneous thinking. which will not allow me to act objectively, isn't it? When I feel an ownership, I shouldn't be hurting people. If I have that kind of attitude, then I will go wrong. I'll have an erroneous way of, we should be able to tell people, diplomatically at least, that what you're doing is wrong. If you are not able to do that, it is wrong. Everyone will go in the wrong direction. So this feeling of oneness, it's very good to have with respect to the country. This is my land. It is good only. But to a certain extent, we should know when to say stop, isn't it? So Krishna addresses the topics in this second chapter, Sankhya Yoga. Many, everything is packed of the Gita in this particular second chapter. So we have Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya means jnana. Krishna gives jnana. And because Arjuna says, I don't understand, then he gives dharma also. And then he gives karma jnana, karma yoga also. And then he gives sthita prajna, lakshana. Everything he will gives. Okay. And so this 2.11, isn't it, what we are doing it? Yeah. 2.11 is called the Pratigna Shloka. Pratigna Shloka. Wise people do not grieve. This is the bottom line of this shloka. Achoshyan Anyashochasvam. Achoshyan Anyashotashvam Prajnavadamsha Bhashase Gatasu Agatasumscha Nanu Shochanti Panditaha. That last phrase, Nanu Shochanti Panditaha, the wise people do not grieve. That is the key point of this particular shloka. Wise people do not grieve, and they are called Panditas. Pandita in our regular parlance has become one who does puja. Panda, the one in the temple who does puja. He is not a Pandita. At the most, he will know some shlokas, and at the most, he would have read some Vedas and scriptures. At the most, he will come to your house and get all the yagnas and yagas done. That doesn't mean, that is not the meaning of the Pandita which Krishna is using in this particular verse. A Pandita is one who is wise. A Gnani is called a Pandita. In Krishna's, in the Bhagavad Gita, that is how Pandita is used. Okay. So we'll explore more about this, why the Pandita does not grieve. Nanu Shochanti Panditaha. Why he doesn't grieve, we can see in the next class. It's already 7, it's almost 8. Why is this shloka called the Pratigna shloka? All that we can explore in the next class. Any comments on, any comments so far on this? What, any takeaway? Any takeaway from whatever we have discussed?
Chinmaya says this. The ego rises when the pure self is not recognized. This deep-seated ignorance in man not only veils his divine nature from himself, but also projects on the reality a positive misconception. I
Yes.
didn't understand what is this pure self-recognition.
Pure self-recognition is who am I, Anta. That's this whole Atmajnana is based on understanding my real nature. So I think my body, if somebody asks you, who are you, Ramaji, what will you say? I am so and so. I used to be, I think you used to work in a bank, isn't it? And
Yeah.
then your profession you will state. And then you'll say, I live in this, this place, the Chamrajpet or whatever. My husband is so and so. Then my children, you will talk about your children, what they are studying, where they are settled, all that you will say. So what is it about? Is it about Rama? It is not about Rama at all. It is just about this personality who is wearing the role, who is playing the role of Ramaji.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ah. But who am I? Before you were married, also you were Rama. Before when you were an infant, when people had not given you the name, your parents had not named you also.
Hmm.
Earlier times they used to take some 3, 4, 5 months to give the child a name. Before that, were you not there?
Hmm.
Isn't it? You are not
Hmm.
Rama forever.
Hmm.
That personality came later as you grew up.
Hmm.
You acquired things from the world. But before
Hmm.
that, when you were a mere infant, were you not
Hmm.
were you not there in
Hmm.
your mother's womb?
Hmm.
Were you
Yeah.
not there before that also?
Hmm.
Forget about mother's womb. You are here now.
Hmm.
In the night, you will go back to sleep. In deep
Hmm.
sleep, where are you?
Hmm.
Do you know where you are in
Yeah.
deep sleep? Where is your child? Where are your children or
Hmm.
husband or house or your profession? Where is it gone in deep sleep? Gone. Nothing
Hmm.
there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yet something is there.
Hmm.
Who is that wakes up from deep sleep and says, "Ah, I had a good sleep"? Who says that? Because
Hmm.
you, as Rama, was not there in deep sleep. Then who is
Hmm.
who had a good sleep?
Hmm.
That is my real self.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
thing which is behind me,
Ah.
you cannot see it. That is why
Hmm.
that is why it is said of the Atma, anirvachaniyam.
Hmm.
Not speak about it. That is
Hmm.
why Ananda is calling as your real self.
Hmm.
So, like Ramana said, Vanda Veleya Par. What is that Vele? Is to know my real self.
Hmm.
That is my work.
Hmm.
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 So that
Okay.
is what is that real self that all the masters, that is why we have come to Gita class, to know my real self. And that is why Krishna is telling Arjuna, forget about all these outer trappings.
Hmm. Hmm.
Bhishma, Purna, your brothers, your soldiers, they are all drama, natak.
Hmm.
What is
Hmm.
true? Know that. You start knowing
Hmm.
that. You understand your role. You understand you're on a stage playing a drama of which I'm the director.
Hmm.
Come on, right now you're supposed to fight.
Hmm.
You've forgotten you're an actor. That's what Krishna is telling Arjuna. You have forgotten you are just an actor. And I'm the one who is pulling the strings.
Okay.
I'm telling you to fight. Just do
Hmm.
it. You're just a puppet.
Hmm.
Once you understand that,
Hmm.
nothing will.
So this again further he says the egocentric idea that he is conditioned by his own body, mind, and intellect
Correct.
is the true need of Arjuna's delusory attachments with his own relations,
Correct.
and the consequent deep compassion that has risen in his bosom to make him so impotent and helpless.
Correct.
So that's what you said is true about
Karpanya.
this.
Egocentric is that
Yeah,
Karpanya.
yeah.
Very, very, very egocentric. Mama Esha, Mama Yete. People are mine. This toy,
Yeah.
like a child, no, this toy is mine. I will not share. Some other child comes and takes his toy and breaks it. The child becomes so angry. Like that, you are acting, Arjuna. Krishna is telling him. You are owning all these people. They are mine, they are mine. No, they are not. They are not mine also. Krishna will tell later. They are just floating. You're all just floating on the stage like clouds on the sky. The sky is not affected by the clouds. They might be nice clouds or karmoda or heavy clouds. The sky is not affected. And so the final teaching is, Ramaji, that you are the sky. You are not the cloud. Now we are thinking we are very small. He says, no, that is not your real nature. So all the teaching will come in this Sankhya Yoga. So egocentric activity is the one which gives me that miserliness. That's what that explanation says. Good. Very nice. Thank you. So we can close for the day. Yeah. Somebody wants to say something? Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya मृत्योर्माममृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्तिः 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 ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವ ನಾನೇ ಶಿವೋಹಂ 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 ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् तत्सत्